This is his first year.
Yeah. I mean, he's played in like middle school, I think, but. Who's 29? How do you pronounce?
Justin DiDonato.
DiDonato?
He might get in today.
Yeah, he will, bro. I mean, he always gets in.
Didi? Call him Didi. Justin DiDonato.
DiDonato.
The Wreckers are led by head coach Will Kashansky and captain Adam Udell, Josh Marcus, and Tristan Schaefer. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to a great game. Let's wish student athletes from both schools good luck, and we encourage all spectators at this evening's game to keep in mind that good sportsmanship is expected at all times. We ask that you now stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Bud Titsworth.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose was stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bumper bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was tough.
That was great, right? I'll tell you guys.
Ready, Scott?
I'll tell you a funny story. I was trying to play on a nine, it wouldn't work. And the guy looked me, I saw him look at me, he goes, what do I do? I'm like, you should just leave. This is a problem. Come on, looks over, he goes, I got it. And walks out there and just sings. What's up, Will?
Is Charlie not playing today?
He's not playing tonight.
Ready? Good afternoon and welcome into WWPT 90.3 FM, or if you're tuning in to the O'Shea Productions YouTube live stream. I am Thomas Scott, and in today, as usual, I am joined here alongside Charlie Curran. We are live from Paul Lane Field, and just a couple minutes ago, it was clouds all over the sky, but now the sun is starting to peek out a little bit. We have a very fun matchup today as the FCIAC playoffs are officially underway, and the overall postseason is underway. Charlie, take me through this game. What's going to happen today?
Today we have the Staples Wreckers against the Ludlowe Falcons. Short trip from Ludlowe, just a couple minutes away in Fairfield. But it's going to be a great round for this first round of FCIAC. Staples definitely looking to come out with a easy W tonight, as what the rankings show and the records show as well. And then they move on to the semis, which are the 27th, either at 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Charlie, the 27th is today.
I did not mean to say the 27th.
3 p.m., Richfield.
No, today is not the 27th. Today is the 23rd. I'm right.
You're correct.
Our call is the 27th.
What I thought you were saying is I thought you were saying the Richfield-Wilton game is on the 27th. But no, the Richfield-Wilton game was today at 3 p.m. I'm not quite sure who won that. My sources haven't gotten to me yet. But I'm sure we will find that out soon. And the winner of that plays the winner of this game here at Paul Lane Field. And after a very good national anthem, we are officially underway for the FCIAC playoffs. It is Eric Skolnick and Owen Murby at the faceoff line. The first one goes to Staples with Max Hill surrounding the S and picks it up. Like I said, winner will go on to play Richfield of Wilton, which was played earlier in this game today. Staples is 12-4, and that is the same as Ludlowe, so very exact same records, actually. However, Staples has had a very challenging schedule. Not as challenging as Ludlowe.
Wreckers are definitely looking to get ahead early here in this game. Get the Falcons on their feet a little bit. Give them a little heads up. But we'll see, because we know in the past they've had a lot of patience with their goals, but see if they can bring that down a little bit and let one loose early in this game.
Justin Holke, top of the key. He's going to give it to Hunter Pillai. Staples is coming off a tough loss to Darien. Was a very close game for most of the game, but then Darien took it away at the end. Staples has a shot right wing. That one is over. It'll remain Staples' possession. That was Tristan Schaefer.
I mean, like I said, right away, looking to get those early goals. Schaefer was set up almost perfectly right by that net. Just went a little bit high.
Justin Holke, top of the key, tries to find Udell. Udell can't quite get it. There's a loose ball right around the crease, and it will stay with the Falcons. So the Falcons, with their first offensive possession of the game, will see what they can do. The fans at Paul Lane Field today are pretty solid, Charlie, compared to the other games that we have called.
Definitely a lot more parents than students today, but maybe we'll see in a couple of minutes if some students will start showing up.
Tristan Schaefer, right wing, with a little sidearm shot. That one's no good. So back-to-back shots for Tristan Schaefer, back-to-back misses as well. Adam Udell, screen from Halkey. Finds Schaefer again. Ludlowe is coming off a win on senior night against West Hill. So they've got a little bit of momentum compared to Staples. Adam Udell with a spin move. Shot is no good. That's 3 back-to-back-to-back missed shots for the Wreckers.
Wreckers taking a lot more opportunities now. Have not really seen this in the past as often, but we'll see.
Hunter Pillai's shot off of X. Nothing there. Now the Falcons are in transition. Staples is coming off the FCIAC championship as their journey to go back-to-back begins today. It's Wes Feher, top of the key. Guarded by Max Hill, who has been playing phenomenal defense all season, a very physical defensive player.
He almost fell there.
On the defensive side of things for the Wreckers, Nate Murillo is still out with a little hand-wrist injury. So Staples is going to have to deal with that all game. He is questionable to play Tuesday in the semifinals if they win this game. Davis Crandall also back from injuries on the field now for the Wreckers. Brendan Walsh, right wing. Guarded by Weil. He's going to swing it around. There's a shot. It's deflected, and it's going to go out of bounds. And with hustle from both players on both teams, it'll be Ludlowe possession. Eight minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Thomas Scott and Charlie Curran bringing you all the action from Paul Lane Field. A missed pass goes out of bounds for the Falcons, and it'll be Staples' ball for another offensive possession. The Staples Wreckers haven't really been able to get their shots to fall so far.
One thing I am going to say early on in this game, it's the little things that will add up for sure in the later parts, possibly in the second half, that are crucial and that could possibly lead to a loss for your team. But those crucial turnovers like we saw right there, and maybe just some bad shots, bad passes, but...
Will Fleming at X. He will give it to Adam Udell, the Michigan commit. Like I said earlier, it was a very cloudy day, but the sun just decided to peek out, and I might have to take my jacket off. Tristan Schaefer, left wing, finds Pillai, top of the key, looks for a shot, doesn't take it. Back to Schaefer, right wing, rips a shot, and it is good. And the Wreckers are on board early with a Tristan Schaefer bang.
Tristan Schaefer struggled a little bit with his first couple of shots, but was able to lock in very quick after almost 2 minutes and already got a Gino on the board.
So the Wreckers on very early, and they were picking up right where they left off after last year's FCIAC playoffs. So we're back at the Wrecker S again. Skolnick and Murby. Once again, it goes to Skolnick.
Skolnick took that one all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Now Hunter Pillai gets past his man, finds a man inside. It's Will Fleming who rips a shot, and it is saved. A wonderful save. And also a very well drew-up play from the Wreckers, but just can't get it to go.
Will Fleming had a great opportunity there to add a quick second to the Wreckers' lead, but Great save there from Ludlowe.
Matt Keating on the right wing. Now Colin Ryan. Colin Ryan is fouled. He is not fouled, but there's some sort of violation. That's the problem with lacrosse, Charlie. It's really hard for us to tell what the call is from up here in the booth.
100%, Thomas. I totally agree. And that's definitely happened in the past as well, especially with those shots that go a little bit wide, and we can't really see who's closer. But
A loose ball on the far side of the field. Still, nobody picked it up. It looks like it went out of bounds. The whistle was blown, and it did. It'll be Falcon possession.
Ludlow's got to make some sort of a comeback here. Down 1-0 with about 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. There's going to be a flag.
There's a flag on the field. Adam Udell came in to the action a little bit after. I believe it is a time. No, it's not a timeout. There's just a lot of substitutions.
Earlier, got a totally different lineup here.
Earlier in the season, Staples beat Ludlowe 15-6. It was very close at the third quarter. I believe it was 8-6. Yet Staples pulled away in the end. Ludlowe with another offensive possession. We'll see if they can respond to Tristan Schaefer's. Got a man inside. Wonderful defense from Staples. Nothing there. Grooms tries to get Walsh, but he falls and can't quite pick it up. Now Colin Ryan, a long skip pass, goes out of bounds, and it'll be Staples' ball. Still 1-0 with 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Rutgers had some great defense there on that whole possession inside, almost closer to the net, but they were kind of leaving their mans a little bit of a distance from further out, but then they had a crowd close to the goal, disallowing anything close.
Something important to note is if Wilton won their game today against Richfield in their quarterfinals, then they will have home field advantage for the semifinals against Staples. Semifinals and finals is both in Wilton. Falcon possession now.
Finn Edwards, the freshman, is now in, making Ludlowe work early on in this game.
Colin Ryan, right wing, guarded by Schaefer. He's just going to stand right around the 40-yard line, slow it down.
We don't really see Schaefer that much on this defensive side. Normally he's part of that attacking crew. But he's getting his action.
E.J. Johnson trying to go left to the middle, rips a very high shot. No good. It'll remain Ludlowe possession.
Josh Marcus barely even went for that ball. He went early just off of instinct, then just let that one fly over his head.
Against a very good team like Staples, those are the shots that you're going to have to take for Ludlowe. But now they're back with the ball again. Maybe we'll get a response to the 1-0 lead by Staples. Colin Ryan. He'll give it to Walsh. Back to Ryan. Ryan tries to get inside. A sidearm shot over the net once again. Also, once again, it'll still be Falcon possession.
One thing I've noticed with Brandon Walsh, he definitely likes his swim moves over there. He's used it more than once, more than twice. I'd say around 3 or 4 times already with just not even 10 minutes gone. But
E.J. Johnson takes a far shot. That one's over again. So 3 missed shots for the Falcons in this possession. And they've all been very deep. Now Ryan Grooms. He's going to give it to Brendan Walsh. E.J. Johnson Tries to find a man inside. I believe it was deflected by Finn Edwards, and now Staples is on the counterattack with Tristan Schaefer on the right wing. Tristan Schaefer has numbers, finds Udell in the middle. Spin move, he can't quite pick it up. Now it's James Pretty, and James Pretty is just going to slow it down a little bit and bring it to the Wrecker S. A timeout is called by Coach Kashansky and the Staples Wreckers, and it is 1-0 with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go left in this first quarter. I'm Thomas Scott, and of course, I'm joined here alongside Charlie Curran for this epic quarterfinal FCIAC matchup.
And, I just want to give a huge thank you to Thomas Scott here. He reached out to me about last night, I'd say. He texted me, he was like, game's still open for the semis. I mean, not semis, excuse me. Quarterfinals. No one's listed. You want to do it? Just said yes, and bang.
Of course, Charlie. Of course.
Thank you, Thomas.
So like I said, the fans are starting to pick up a little bit. I think that's just what tends to happen with FCIAC lacrosse and overall playoff lacrosse. But more specifically, I see a large amount of alumni, Staples lacrosse alumni here in the stands today.
That's also probably because, obviously, their school year is over, but it's a good thing. It's good to see them here back again.
Still under timeout at Paul Lane Field. Staples had a very large win over Danbury on senior night. It was 24-2, I believe, but right after that, they took their loss to Darien. And Darien is a team that they will most likely see in the FCIAC championship, just like last year, if they make it there.
It's always been the battle of Darien and Staples, I feel, for the last more than 2 years. But they always find a way to meet each other in the playoffs, especially closer to the end, closer to those championship games. But we'll see this year.
So we're back underway. It'll be Staples possession with Justin Halkey right around the 40-yard line. Ref blows his whistle, and we're back underway. Schaefer's going to slow it down, wait for his attackman to get set. Uses a screen from Halkey. Now finds Udell left wing, who peeps the goal. Doesn't take action. Now he does. Adam Udell rips a shot. That one's off the left post. And that ball is rolling towards the midline. It goes through multiple legs, and now Kanisic picks it up. So now Staples has the ball once again on the offensive side. Tristan Schaefer, top of the key.
There's a lot of commotion there between Staples and Ludlowe as that ball crossed half, but
Fleming inside right above the crease. That one's no good.
Kanisic was able to spot the ball through everybody's feet and just pick it up and keep Wreckers on the attack.
Hunter Pillai, who's been having a phenomenal season as a sophomore so far at X, finds a man inside. That pass is deflected and is a loose ball. Now the Falcons have it, and they're in transition. We'll see if they can put one on the board, like I've been saying, and respond. It's Matt Keating. Now Harry Kingston at X. Colin Ryan is going to give it to Feher. Excuse me if my pronunciation is wrong with that. Wes Feher tries to get inside. He does. He flips it to a man. They shoot, and they score. It's Lawson Liebrock with the goal. That one's top left. And Falcons respond. It is now 1-1 in the FCIAC quarterfinals.
That's just what the Falcons were looking for. In their past possessions, they've missed definitely a lot more than they suspected, but they come through here. Good timeout for the Falcons, I guess. Now, like Thomas said, this game is tied with just 1:40 left in this first quarter.
A lot of missed shots for the Falcons in the start of the game, but it looks like they're starting to heat up now. Staples' defense kind of just fell apart on that play. I don't think they communicated very well. Both faceoffs have gone to Skolnick today. And it goes to him once again. He's done this sometimes before. He's going to do it again. He rips a shot, and it is good. Eric Skolnick once again responds to the Falcon goal. It is 2-1, and the Wreckers are up.
Eric Skolnick, man, the Fogo. He takes matter into his own hands, does it himself. Great move off the faceoff, by the way. He does that little, I don't know what you call it, but you're on top of the ball and you just fling it left and it's right to you. Just textbook from Eric Skolnick there. Looked super, super professional. And just scores a nice bounce shot. Catches the goalie off guard. Puts it right in the back of the net.
I'm not quite sure which game he did it, but I believe we were on the call, and he just grabbed the face-off and went all the way.
Was it Ridgefield?
No, it was Greenwich, I believe.
Greenwich.
The home opener for the Wreckers.
You rarely see that. Maybe just once a season, but Skolnick manages to do it twice.
Speaking of Greenwich, they're in the other half of the FCIAC quarterfinals. They're playing Darien, which is going to be a very tough game for them. Like I said, Darien is the favors to head to the FCIAC chip in that bracket. And then it's New Canaan and St. Joseph. Winner of those games will play each other in the semifinals. Will Fleming at X. He's going to give it to Hunter Pillai. Back to Fleming. Lots of movement on the offensive side for the Wreckers. Schaefer, right wing, takes a shot, sidearm, and it is good.
And here's where the Wreckers start to pull away. We usually see them start to take action in those later quarters and most definitely in the second half. But Schaefer's twice, Skolnick once. That's unbelievable that I'm saying that. But Schaefer loves that spot over there on the right wing. He's definitely left-handed dominant, so he likes those underhanded shots right in the top half of the net.
I thought it was the left wing for a second because of how much the Wreckers were moving that ball around. A very fast-paced possession for Staples, but also a very successful one. Now yet another face-off. Will Skolnick do it again? Staples wins it. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a goal. But regardless, Staples is in possession.
He had a great play there, too. I know it was a little battle at the S. Wasn't really moving anything, but then he just flings it right back between his legs. Able to get that one to go.
Schaefer looking for a hat trick. Just gives it to Udell.
Wreckers getting their subs in.
Now Justin Halkey, top of the key. He's guarded by Brendan Walsh. Brendan Walsh, also a very good offensive player. Has had a very successful season so far. I'm sure if the Falcons win this game, he will carry that on to the rest of the postseason. Adam Udell, Wrecker S.
Udell's draining a lot of time off this clock. Definitely going to leave it to their last shot.
10 seconds. Udell tries to find Halkey, can't get it. Frankel saves it from going out of bounds, and they've got 6 seconds. We'll see if they can get a buzzer beater. Halkey, left wing, got to do something soon. Flips it out all the way to Schaefer. That one is saved.
Schaefer almost had a hat trick there in just the first quarter. I mean, that would have been ridiculous.
So the final score of the first quarter is 3-1. Charlie, what did you see in that first quarter from both teams?
One thing I do want to say, the Wreckers, we've definitely seen them take a lot more shot opportunities than we've seen in the past. It's definitely a good thing that they've kept their patience in maybe more anticipated games. But I like this new strategy. Maybe it's for the playoffs to get some teams to think differently about their strategy. But they've definitely had a lot more shots fly and obviously succeed, knowing that they're up 3-1. But on the flip side, the Falcons, they've had not the greatest offensive possessions, but they did have a great offensive possession that did lead to a goal, which we definitely do not want to let down. But too many missed shots so far, too many small little mistakes that turn into turnovers. So Falcons definitely got to lock in. A lot of time left to go. We'll see what they can do in the second quarter.
Staples on the offensive side. I mentioned Nate Murillo being out on the defensive side, but Charlie Clark and Cam Pryor are taking this one out. We'll see if they return for the rest of the postseason, but that is definitely a big loss for the Wrecker offense. We're about to be underway for the second quarter. 3-1, the Wreckers lead. We'll see if Ludlowe can finally win a face-off against Skolnick. They can't. It's Eric Skolnick, and he's got a little bit of a breakaway. If he does this again, no, he doesn't.
Good decision there from Skolnick just to feed it off underhand to Udell.
Staples now going left to right. Fleming at X makes a spin move. Nothing there. Now Schaefer. Already's got 2 in this game. I believe he had 5 or 6 in our game that we called for St. Anthony's. Justin Halkey rips a jump shot. That one is good, right under the keeper, and the Wreckers take a 3-goal lead in the FCIAC quarterfinals.
Halkey loves his little jump shots there. Definitely has utilized that in the past more than a lot. But great goal there from Halkey and a great celebration there from the Wreckers bench. Looks like they had a little snipe shot lined up.
Wreckers bench is always fired up. I mean, they've got a lot of celebrations in their bag.
Yes, sir.
Something I wanted to mention before Charlie just had that voice line there is the ground might be a little bit wet because it was raining earlier this day, and if these players on the attacking side take bounce shots, that ball's gonna accelerate. And a little bit of a miscommunication from the Falcons, but it'll be Staples' ball, and then I quite don't really know what happened there, but it's the Falcons' ball at X.
Just had a rough pass there, threw it away by a lot. But Wreckers definitely got a lock in now. Haven't had a defensive possession in a couple of minutes, so we'll see.
So Falcons finally back on the offensive side. Tucker Champagne into the game for the Falcons. Colin Ryan. A lot of ball movement on the Falcons' offensive side. Matthew Morris now rips a shot. That one is wide right. It'll still be Falcon possession. 4-1 with 10 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. Falcons back in possession. Grooms is going to give it up to Feher. Now Grooms once again.
There's another spin move. I know that one wasn't from Brandon Walsh, but Falcons love their swim moves.
Champagne at X. Kingston makes a very good move on the right side. That one is saved by Josh Marcus. But Harry Kingston with a little bit of a juke on the right wing.
Josh Marcus just with a perfect save there. Those are definitely the hardest when you got a fast break downhill shot coming right at you from just about 5 yards. But
Staples back on the offensive side, and they score. It's Fleming to Schaefer, and Schaefer's got a hat trick early in this game.
If my math is correct, Thomas, 14 minutes was all it took for Schaefer to get his hat trick. But that's just incredible. I mean, 5-1 early. This is exactly what the Wreckers are looking for, and exactly what Coach K was looking for as well. Just a great start for this Wrecker offense.
It was McGeehan to Fleming to Schaefer. Very good ball movement. But Schaefer was wide open on the left wing. Back at the Wrecker S for a face-off. Eric Skolnick's got it again and once away. Once again, he has a breakaway, but he's just going to flip it off to Justin Halkey.
What we saw earlier on in the season was Skolnick and I believe it was Jake Davis just switching off the face-offs, but Skolnick's definitely gotten a lot more time, a lot more opportunities now.
Adam Udell takes a fall, being double-teamed, even triple-teamed, but gets it to Schaefer. That one's off the post and no good. So Schaefer with an opportunity to get 4, but doesn't get it to go. It'll be Staples' possession with Justin Halkey.
You know what that's called, Thomas, when you get 4 goals in a game?
No, Charlie, I do not know what it is called when you get 4 goals in a game, but you can inform me.
I don't know. I was asking you.
Justin Halkey is going to give it to Schaefer. Staples has been very patient on the offensive side, and they get another one. It's Ian Frankel, the sophomore.
Frankel showing his name out a little bit. Probably one of his few goals this season, but like I was saying, it's good for him to get those goals, give the Wreckers a flash of the future. He's going to be a key player next year and more years in the future.
Absolutely, Charlie. Schaefer at X. Gave it to Franco, a little sidearm shot. And now Staples is up 6-1. I believe the Falcons are yet to win a faceoff so far in this game, and that just shows how dominating Eric Skolnick is. He wins it again. It looks to be tripped, but there's no foul called. It's Falcon possession. Falcons still have the task of getting it past half, which is going to be a problem. Tristan Schaefer being very physical, as well as Adam Udell.
Wreckers attacking him.
And now it is a timeout from Ludlowe, but a great job by the Staples attackmen to not let them get past half. A forced timeout for the Falcons.
You don't really see that every day. Usually they might just let them through, not cause any commotion, or especially when they're up 6-1 early. But the Wreckers are not letting up.
Absolutely. That is 100% right. It is 6-1. 8 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in this first half. I'm Thomas Scott, and I'm joined here alongside Charlie Curran. In their last game, like I mentioned earlier, it was 8-6 in the third quarter. And I do not think this one's going to be anywhere close to that. Staples continues to fire. Now finally getting different attackmen involved like Ian Frankel, so I'm sure they're going to continue this. In the Staples community, there was supposed to be a baseball game against St. Joseph, but that got delayed till tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'm sure you can tune into the live stream there, catch all the action.
That call will be Declan Jandora, Darwin James Moneyhan, and Johnny Greenspan. Sorry, not Johnny.
Max Banky.
Max Banky, that's what I meant to say.
What a blunder from Charlie Curran.
Hey, we have him once in a while. Like you said, shave. It's all good. Now we're even.
So Falcons still have the task of getting it past half. And I'm not quite sure they will, Charlie. A long pass goes right into the stick of Max Hill. What a catch. Oh, my goodness. They've got a breakaway. They take a shot, and it's Will Fleming, but it's saved. Oh, no. That was a breakaway goal, but what a save from the Falcons, and what a catch from Max Hill. What a sequence of events at Polo Lane Field.
I mean, the Wreckers are going to get it back, but...
Wow. Will Fleming's helmet comes off. A flag is thrown. The fans are not happy about that one.
I mean, he got clocked.
And what is happening at Paul Lane Field?
He just got rocked. I mean...
I think he slipped a little bit.
He slipped, but then his helmet doesn't come off from slipping. But Will Fleming once again had a great opportunity close to the goal. I mean, but the Falcons goalie stayed super composed and was able to keep that one in for the Wreckers. I mean, for the Falcons.
So the officials are going to talk this one out a little bit. And Max Hill, I mean, get this kid on the football field. That was insane. No glaze, but that was a great catch.
Great eye-hand coordination there from Max Hill. I mean, going up in the air, looked like he held his stick with just one hand. Mossed about 3 players, one of his own. And then a fast break, gave it right to Will Fleming on the left wing. Unfortunately, did not score, but
still waiting to be underway. One of the refs talked it over with Kashansky a little bit, but regardless, we're back in action. Connor Petrosino now in the game for Staples. And after a missed breakaway shot from Will Fleming, the Wreckers have another chance to get on the board. They've got Connor Petrosino inside, right above the crease. Can't get it to go. Adam Udell from deep is good. That one is called off. A crease violation from Connor Petrosino, and Adam Udell just got robbed.
I mean, Adam Udell ripped one. That was a great shot. Top bins, some may say. But an unfortunate play for the Wreckers and especially Hunter Pilat.
So we'll see if Ludlowe can get this one past half again. And Adam Udell and Tristan Schaefer are double teaming. And it is a loose ball again, and Connor Petrosino picks it up. Now he's got Schaefer, a long pass. Schaefer rips a shot. That one's top left, and Tristan Schaefer has yet another. It is 7-1 here at Paul Lane Field.
Tristan Schaefer going to his old faithful right wing spot, just a couple yards out from the goal. Left-handed, underhand, top left. He's on repeat now.
So with a lot of goals, there's a... Charlie, never do that again. Nah, never do that again, Charlie. So, like I was saying, with a lot of goals, there's a lot of face-offs, and Eric Skolnick has been very successful in that so far today.
He's got a 100% face-off win rate.
So 7-1 with 7 minutes to go. And the face-off goes to Max Hill. The Falcons have not had an offensive possession in a very long time.
The Falcons put a deep hole for that face-off this time. I mean, I don't know what the play call was there. I don't really know lacrosse that much, but maybe just for some more reach to try and get the ball out of Skolnick's stick. But that was the first time we've seen that so far on WWPT.
Now Connor Petrosino, the freshman, getting very solid minutes on this record team this season. Loses the ball a little bit. Very good stick work from the Falcons. Now Halke, looking for his second of the game, finds Fleming at X. Adam Udell left wing. Makes a couple spin moves. It'll find its way to Justin Halke on the right wing.
Jacob Cohen had a great defense there on Udell, especially with all those spin moves. Got him a little dizzy, but not Cohen.
Pillai on the left wing. Now Udell, and Staples has taken this possession very patient. It's been a very long possession. Will Fleming gets his revenge after the missed breakaway. A little sidearm shot. That one's top right, and it is 8-1. The Wreckers are up.
Fleming got his revenge, like Thomas said, after those two very close saves. But Fleming was telling himself, nah, I'm scoring. Gets his motivation, and he does so.
8-1 now. 6 minutes left to go in the first half, and the fans are picking up. And the Falcons, I believe, win their first face-off of the game, but then they lose it. And now Eric Skolnick, will he get a second? No, he won't. A missed pass to Adam Udell goes out of bounds, and it'll be Falcon possession. A little bit of a blunder from Eric Skolnick. Yet the Staples have that cushion as they are up 7.
Rutgers attackmen are trying to do the same thing they did last time, but...
And they do that exactly. I mean, they still can't get it past half. A missed pass. And Max Hill with a very big hit. Still a loose ball. The Falcons might have it. They do. They finally come up with it. And wow, I mean, they just really struggling to get the ball in their stick.
It's just a lot of group, a lot of whacks from their own team and the Wreckers. So it's probably a little difficult to keep it in their stick, but...
Brendan Walsh at X. Look for the Falcons second. Did he score that? Brendan Walsh. Wow, what a goal. That was like backhand sidearm. Regardless, it's a goal. It's now 8-2. A very good play from Brendan Walsh. A little juke at X. Wow.
That was very impressive. I don't even think he was looking at the goal, which probably caught Josh Marcus off guard a lot. But he, like, flinged that thing over his right shoulder and put it in the top corner. Great goal there from Walsh and the Falcons.
So maybe a little bit of a momentum swing for Fairfield Ludlowe. 8-2 now. Face-off is a loose ball. Like Charlie said earlier, a lot of whacks with the sticks. Still nobody has it. And the Wreckers finally end up with it. It's Nick Weil. Nick Weil flips it to Udell. Now finds Schaefer. Schaefer looks for another. That one is saved and no good. Will Fleming with a little bit of a physical game at X. Falcons will come up with it. This is going to be very hard for them, especially now. Adam Udell, what a check. Defender falls to the ground, and Staples has another possession.
Udell using his body strength on that one. Keeping that possession for the Wreckers. Trying to maybe take some time off the clock, even though they are up 6 and definitely have a lot of insurance.
Schaefer makes a move left. A bounce shot is good. Bottom right. Beautiful placement from Tristan Schaefer, and he's got yet another. It is 9-2, and the Wreckers are up.
5 goals for Tristan Schaefer before half. That's... I'm at a loss of words, Thomas.
Charlie, I'm not at a loss of words because I'm not that surprised.
I mean...
He is making up for the injuries on the Staples offensive team, Charlie Clark and Cam Pryor. We're going to see if they come back for further in the postseason. Hopefully for Staples they will.
Thomas, I'm surprised just because of how quick it took him to get there.
Yep.
But very impressed. And just a great job, great game so far there for Schaefer.
Falcons have been starting to pick it up on the face-off side of things, but they don't do it here. Shane Sandrew ends up with it. He's going to pass it all the way back to Josh Marcus. Me and Charlie were experiencing a little bit of sickness. I think Charlie got me sick on the golf course.
That's false. Thomas did get me sick on the golf course when we came in second in our tournament, but it's okay.
We came in second because Charlie didn't know how to play golf on the last 5 holes. Will Fleming right above the crease.
And Thomas didn't know how to play golf the whole 18 holes.
That is one way to put it, but in fact, I disagree. I thought my short game was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was all right.
All right. Back to lacrosse. It's Hunter Pillai on the far side. Hunter Pillai has options to his left and right. He's just going to back up. Finds Udell. Now Connor Petrosino rips a shot. Deflected and right into the keeper's stick. Now Falcons maybe with a little bit of a counterattack. Loose ball. It's finally picked up by Grooms, and then it's lost. Great stick work from Staples defense. Davis Crandall finds Schaefer. Now Schaefer finds Udell. With a little bit of a counterattack, the Staples Wreckers score with Justin Halkey right above the crease. Was there a crease violation? No, there was not. The ref's hands.
His second. He definitely got a lot of contact there. Looked like he got hit right in the head. Could have possibly been a flag on that play, but...
So a fast transition for Staples. Very good stick work from on the defensive side. And then right away, Justin Halkey right above the crease. I thought he might have stepped in the crease, but I guess not.
Skolnick, oh my God.
So Skolnick wins it again. And Max Hill now has the ball. Max Hill picking up a little bit of speed. Finds Fleming. It is 10-2. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left if you're just joining us on WWPT 90.3 FM.
Or if you are tuning in to the O'Shea Productions.
Well, if you're on O'Shea, you can see the score. So, Hunter Pillai driving to the middle, very physical. Doesn't lose the ball. I don't know how, but Will Fleming takes a shot on the right wing. Nothing there. Now the Falcons have a little bit of a counterattack. It's Wes Feher. Wes Feher takes a shot. Josh Marcus with a phenomenal save. Josh Marcus hasn't gotten much action tonight. But regardless, he makes that save. Adam Udell. Oh, wow. Wild picks it up, shoots, and that one's off the crossbar. Another wild series of events.
I mean, first it was a heave from the complete other side of the field to Udell.
And Adam Udell got up there.
Definitely got up there and in midair tried to put one in the back of the net. Missed. Wild picks it up. Bounce shot off the top crossbar. And now it's Ludlowe possession.
The Falcons have been getting much more possession on the offensive side than they have earlier. Jake McGeehan giving some very good checks. Now Colin Ryan. Makes a move right. Bounce shot is saved by Josh once again. Like I said earlier, because the Staples offensive team has been very successful, Josh hasn't gotten much action. But now that the Falcons are ripping a little bit more shots, he's starting to pick it up. Ryan Groom's going to give it to Walsh. Walsh peeps the goal, but nothing there. Still Walsh on the left side. He's going to flip it off to Ryan Grooms. Now Colin Ryan. A little bit of a spin move. Nothing there. The Falcons are just waiting for the perfect opportunity. They don't want to waste this possession. 40 seconds left to go in this first half. Colin Ryan. Colin Ryan tries to get a shot off just a little bit wide right. Ludlowe will remain with possession. 33 seconds to go now. If they can get a goal in before half. Although it is a very large deficit that they have, it would definitely help a lot. A timeout is called from Fairfield Ludlowe.
Colin Ryan had a great swim move on that last play. Almost put in one past Marcus. But I believe Crandall was on him. Definitely got him to go the other way. And had a good shot.
(10-2) with 32 seconds left in this first half. We'll see if the Falcons can get one in and make it a 7-goal deficit for them. Charlie, I'm very glad the weather opened up for us, but I wasn't very worried because at Staples we have a wonderful press box. So we wouldn't really have to worry about the rain too much. But a very beautiful day to play lacrosse. This is just prime weather.
Definitely prime weather. Not too hot. Definitely not too cold for the players. Maybe a little chilly, a little breezy in the stands. But if you're on the field, you're sitting pretty.
Couldn't agree more, Charlie. Players are back out on the field. And we're about to be underway with 32 seconds left. We'll see if the Falcons can try and get one in.
Let's see if Brandon Walsh use his little magic to pull one back past Marcus once again.
Ryan Grooms is going to give it to Johnson. Colin Ryan now rips a shot. I thought it was good, but it hit the outside of the netting, and Josh Marcus has it in his hands. 11 seconds. We'll see if Staples tries to get another one in. They do. They're back on the offensive side.
5 seconds.
Jake McGeehan tries to find a man. It's Will Fleming who shoots, and he scores. In the Wreckers with a little bit of a buzzer beater. 3 seconds left on the clock. Will Fleming with a cut inside. Sidearm shot is right in the top left, and good. And the Wrecker bench with their classic celebration. 11-2. 9-goal lead for Staples with 3 seconds left in this first half.
Fleming has definitely had a lot of opportunities right next to the net. Gets that one once again and adds to his goals in today's game. That will be his second. Just a great goal there from Will Fleming and a great transition for the Wreckers.
So we'll see if there's any action with 3 seconds left in this first half. Wreckers are up 9. Faceoff goes to the Falcons. Zeros across the scoreboard, and that is going to do it for our first half. 11-2. Staples leads over the Falcons in the FCIAC quarterfinals. I'm Thomas Scott, joined here alongside Charlie Curran. Charlie, what are your final thoughts on this first half?
Wreckers came off to a burning hot start, just like we said before this game even started. Their morale is definitely super high. 11-2. Couldn't have played more perfect lacrosse. I mean, getting everyone their goals. Marcus not letting those shots past him in goal. Staying composed is a key for goalies, especially in the playoffs. But Recker's playing textbook against this Falcons team.
Absolutely. Ludlowe was starting to pick up their offensive possessions late in that first half. At the start, they were a little bit shaky, but regardless, that is going to do it for our time on this first half. I've been Thomas Scott. We'll be back in just about 9 minutes. Do not go anywhere. like ballerina type of junior right now. No, I'm so serious, Charlie. Please fade us out.
Bro, we're almost getting a trophy.
Fade us out.
Should I play it?
Wait, my mic.
Ready? Ready?
Welcome into WWPT 90.3 FM. We are back at Paul Lane Field for the second half of this FCIAC quarterfinal matchup. It is the Staples Wreckers taking on the Ludlowe Falcons. It is 11-2, your first half score. I'm Thomas Scott, joined here alongside Charlie Curran.
In this game so far, the Wreckers have definitely taken over on this offensive side. Haven't had a lot of action on the defense just because star Fogo for the Wreckers, Eric Skolnick, has just been cooking all day. Having an almost pretty much an 100% win rate for these face-offs. Let's see what he can do here as we're about to get this second half started, FCIAC quarterfinals.
The Wreckers are just one half away from moving on to the FCIAC semifinals. I'm Thomas Scott, joined here alongside Charlie Curran, bringing you all the coverage for this FCIAC quarterfinal matchup. The Falcons had a lot of trouble clearing the ball over half in the first half. And it looks like they're having some trouble once again. Adam Udell and Tristan Schaefer has been playing phenomenal defense on the attacking side as they once again turn it over, and it's Max Hill with the ball.
Max Hill had a great first half, especially with all these counterattacks, using his speed and strength to get past pretty much every single Ludlowe defender. But he uses that once again.
Tristan Schaefer is almost knocked down, but he stays on his feet. He's going to give it to Nick Weil, star quarterback for the Wreckers. The fall is coming up, and so is the summer, and I know those football players have deadly summer football workouts. Justin Halke, right wing. He'll find Schaefer at X. Schaefer had a very successful first half. I'm not quite sure how many he had, but it was a lot. Now Pillai looking for his first of the game. There's a ground ball. And now it's a loose ball. Nobody has it. Looks like it ends up with Weil. But it'll get kicked out to Adam Udell. 11-2. Wreckers lead.
Udell would have had a great goal in this first half, but there was a call on his teammate for a crease violation, but he had a great rip top corner.
Adam Udell makes a move left. Looks like he has a shot. He doesn't. He passes it to Will Fleming, and the Wreckers have their first of the second half.
Will Fleming, there's his hat trick. That's his third. Will Fleming has gotten the ball multiple times right next to the goal, right in front of the goal. Not much the goalie can do, but
Charlie,
trying to fling his sting out.
When I look at the Staples bench after every single goal, I think Nate Murillo enjoys being injured more than he's on the field because it looks like he was just the orchestrator of that celebration there. He was kind of just controlling everybody.
I feel like,
and then he got hype. He was hype.
If he was injured, I feel like he'd want to stay a little bit safer, you know, not kind of re-injure his wrist. A lot of big games ahead for that man.
Absolutely. Like we said in the first half, the winner of this game, which appears to be Staples, as it is 12-2, will play the winner of Wilton Ridgefield at Wilton. Wes Feher rips a shot. No good. Josh Marcus didn't get too much action in the first half with the very good Staples offense. Regardless, it's the Falcons' first real possession of this second half. It's Mason Neely. He's going to give it to Ryan Grooms. Grooms to Wagenbach. Now Harry Kingston gives it to Ryan Grooms. Ryan Grooms trying to get an opening. Can't quite get it to go. A little bit of jukes on James Pretty. But the long stick still playing phenomenal defense. 7 in blue. Wes Feher has been very active this game. A little skip pass. Rips a shot. That one's left. That was Russell Wagenbach. It'll be Falcon possession regardless. 9 minutes, 26 seconds left into the third quarter. And this is the first step for the Staples in their postseason journey. If they want to go back-to-back, they're going to have to continue playing like this against a better team like Richfield or Wilton. Wes Feher at X, guarded by Finn Edwards, the freshman. Ryan Grooms.
Different lineup for the Wreckers here as they start the second half. Probably, I mean, the most likely reason is just because they have a lot of insurance, being up 10. Game's not over.
Wagon Batch picking up a lot of speed. Can't quite get past Weil. Weil's playing very good defense with the short stick. He makes him fall. Nick Weil, can he pick it up? It goes out of bounds. It'll still be Staples' ball. Very good defense from the quarterback. So unlike the Falcons, Staples has not had trouble getting it past half. They do. Knesic. Ball finds its way to Tristan Schaefer at X. Now Adam Udell.
Would not be surprised if Udell got his opportunity here and put one in the back of the net.
Fleming to Schaefer. Now over to Udell. 8 minutes exactly left to go in this third quarter. And the bleachers here at Paul Lane Field are kind of dying out. There is not a lot of fans compared to the first half. A loose ball on the far side of the field. A lot of physical play. Ends up with Schaefer. He's got Petrosino above the crease. Finds Weil. A bounce shot. Goes past the net. Now finds Udell. A sequence of events leads to a goal. It's Adam Udell. Hits that one top right. And the Wreckers are continuing to dominate in this FCIAC quarterfinal.
I mean, going back just a couple of seconds, I just said, would not be surprised if Adam Udell got his own opportunity. He does it right there. Top right. Just absolute banger.
You're not British. 13-2 now. Staples has a 11-goal lead with 7 minutes 30 seconds left. And by the looks of it, Charlie, my prediction, I think Staples is going to win.
Prediction? But yeah, you can keep going.
Well, I didn't know if you had your own prediction. Maybe you thought the Falcons were going to pull away. Face-off goes to Staples, and then it's a loose ball. Still loose. Adam Udell picks it up, and they might have a transition. Now Max Hill to get his first of the game. He passes it up to Will Fleming, who loses the ball. Can't get the ball in his stick, but Max Hill, I think he could have just taken that one himself. Tristan Schaefer ends up with it, with the loose ball above the crease.
They're going to slow things down here. Definitely get all that chaos out of the system.
Justin Halkey can't get the ball in his stick, and once again, there's a loose ball right above the crease. We've been in this position a lot recently. Ref blows his whistle. Can't quite tell what the call is yet, but it'll be Staples' ball. Hunter Pillai. Shot is saved. Very wow! Tristan Schaefer just tapped that one in. Hunter Pillai's shot, I believe, went off the goalie's stick. Was flying in the air, and Tristan Schaefer caught it and shot it in the same jump.
Schaefer, what, 5th, 6th? I believe that's his 6th, so that'll be a double hat trick for Schaefer. Showing his skill and true love to this game as they extend the lead to 12 now with 6 minutes and 37 seconds left in this quarterfinal matchup. Wreckers are just riding their old record train. And this is their first stop with Ludlowe. So let's see if they can move it on.
Face-off goes to the Falcons. It's Wyatt Feher. Wyatt Feher alongside his brother, Wes Feher, on the field. Ref blows his whistle. It'll be Ludlowe possession.
I feel like there's been a lot of sibling, I guess we'll say duos on opposing teams that we've called, Thomas. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but that's something I've noticed. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Absolutely, Charlie. I totally agree. There's some commotion on the field here. The ref is waiting, but he finally blows the whistle. It's Russell Wagenbach. Wagenbach finds Kingston. Now Kingston back to Wagenbach. That shot is wide. Hits the pylon on the far side. It'll be Falcon possession.
Falcons definitely got to step up their game. Go full throttle here if they want to have a chance.
14-2. Your score for this FCIAC quarterfinal matchup. Harry Kingston gives it to Wagenbach. Now it's Colin Ryan, who's been also very active in this game. Far side, shot is no good. Ryan grooms just a little bit wide. Something I'm noticing is the Falcons have missed a lot of shots, but regardless, they always have a man at X and they always keep possession. Skip pass over to the far side. No looker from Wes Feher. Now Colin Ryan, top of the key, guarded by McGeehan. We'll give it to Feher. Back to Wagenbach. Wagenbach on Max Hill. It's going to be very hard to get past him. Top of the key makes a juke. Rips a bounce shot. That one is saved by Josh Marcus. A little bit of an awkward save with the stick positioning, but almost rolls into the net. A little commotion right above the crease. Two men are down. Finn Edwards fell to the ground and also alongside one of the Falcon attackers. (14-2), 3 minutes 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter. I'm Thomas Scott, joined alongside Charlie Curran. Falcons might have a shot here. That one's wide. Wes Feher couldn't get it to go.
That wide shot hit off his fellow teammate over there, Ryan Grooms, right off his calf, but they're able to keep possession here.
Ryan Grooms trying to get past James Pretty, but can't. Now they're just going to slow it down a little bit. Wagenbach gets past Finn Edwards a little bit. Might take a lefty shot. That one's wide right. And this has been a very long possession for the Ludlowe Falcons. And it is not ending because they just keep taking shots and they keep having a man behind the net.
It's a good strategy, definitely, if they want to keep this game closer. Keep this offensive possession and keep heaving up shots.
Ryan Grooms, far side. Drives middle a little bit. Looks at the goal. Doesn't take anything. Now Feher. Fans are screaming for him to go. Feher gets past the long stick Edwards a little bit. Inside. I'm not quite sure how, but somehow it ends up in Josh Marcus's stick. There was about 3 people on Feher, but Josh Marcus comes up with it. Staples has to get it past half. Davis Crandall falls to the ground. Max Hill will end up with it and give it to McGeehan. McGeehan through 2 defenders, has numbers on this counterattack, finds Adam Udell, who finds Schaefer, who loses the ball right above the crease. It'll end up with the Falcons after a loose ball. 1 minute 58 seconds left to go in this third quarter. I believe it is now a running clock, if I'm not mistaken, from these past games that I've called that have also been blowouts.
That's good to know, Thomas. Thank you.
Harry Kingston behind the net. Takes a shot. That one's saved. Josh Marcus. Very good save. The UNC commit, as we all know.
Josh Marcus has been having a fantastic game so far. Even though he led up 2 early on in the game, it's just been a phenomenal performance for number 44. None yet in the second half, and I don't even think one in the second quarter.
Justin Halkey, top of the key. He's going to give it to Nick Weil. And Staples, by the looks of it, is just going to slow it down, maybe get the last possession of this third quarter. Wouldn't be surprised to see some subs coming in late in this game, as it is 14-2. Their game earlier in Ludlowe was 15-6, As we know, Staples won that one.
Petrosino's holding it for a while now.
Absolutely. In the St. Anthony's game, Charlie, Staples really almost lost that game because St. Anthony's was really successful draining time. And that's exactly what they're doing now. So lacrosse is one of those sports where you can just take as much time off the clock as you need. In high school, there's no shot clock. I believe there is in college. Adam Udell, top of the key. Whistle's blown. It'll be Ludlowe possession. Regardless, Adams' shot was no good. 11 seconds. We'll see if the Falcons can get another one on the board. Well, the clock is running, so they won't have much time. That ball is heaved all the way up. Almost caught by James Pretty. Falls to the ground, and your final score for the third quarter is 14-2.
Great performance from the Wreckers. I'm almost sure that'll seal the deal for tonight's game. But you never know, man. We'll see, but
Charlie, I would like to say you never know, but I know.
It's pretty much a 99.999 a lot to almost 0% chance, but it's looking good for the Wreckers is what I'm trying to say, Thomas.
Absolutely. Now, I believe it was Richfield who won the game at 3 p.m. So it will be Staples versus Richfield in the semifinal at Wilton.
That call, Thomas, that'll be us too once again. It's always just a great time in this booth.
Wow, so I'm just checking the stats. The Tigers won, which is Richfield, if you didn't know, in triple overtime, 7-6.
Triple overtime?
Triple overtime, Charlie. That is amazing.
Isn't overtime just like sudden death for score?
I believe it is, but I think there's still a clock.
But it's only like it's 8 minutes.
That's
Something
that's
like that,
wild.
right?
So, what a game in Richfield. But after a hard-fought win from the Tigers, the Staples Wreckers will go on to play Richfield at Wilton in the semifinal. And most likely, by my predictions, it'll be New Canaan versus Darien in the other side of the bracket.
I believe earlier on in the regular season, Staples managed to beat Richfield. So let's see if they can run that twice in this game, or excuse me, in the semis.
So by the looks of it, it'll be New Canaan, Darien, and Staples Richfield, if my predictions on the other side of the bracket are correct. A loose ball after the face-off, and the fourth quarter is officially underway, and the Wreckers are just 1 quarter away from heading to the FCIAC semifinals. Like, as everybody knows, they won it last year, so it's a journey to go back-to-back. And as we know in Staples lacrosse history, they were very successful in the state tournament as well.
Junior Rory Benton had great defense there on a Falcon attackman, but just one thing to keep note that the Wreckers do have depth.
Tucker Champagne making moves on Weil. That one's wide right, hit the outside of the netting. Once again, I thought that was in, but
It looked like it was in.
no good from Tucker Champagne, who's had a couple shots in this game so far. 10 minutes to go left in this game. And if I'm being honest, I'm quite ready for it to be over.
I'm going to agree with you there, Thomas. 10 minutes, 35 seconds left. And it's pretty much just a blowout.
Staples tries to get a shot off there. Nothing. Ends up with Harry Geary, the goalie, for Ludlowe. Kanesic left wing. He'll give it to Schaefer. They're going to move it around. Like we said, lacrosse is one of those sports where you can drain time, especially in high school with no shot clock. And I'm sure that's exactly what the Wreckers are going to do now. Justin Halkey at X.
See if the Wreckers can do what they do pretty much.
Tristan Schaefer, deep shot. Interrupted Charlie there. Kind of a little prediction from Mr. Curran, but regardless, another one for Staples and another one for Schaefer, who's had a very good game.
Thomas, that was the last thing I was going to say was Wreckers going to look for another goal. What I was going to say is let's see if the Wreckers can do what they do very well, or almost best, and drain a lot of clock. But Schaefer says no. Adds to the lead, 15-2 now.
Jake Davison for faceoffs now for Staples. Eric Skolnick is off. Goes to the Falcons, and we'll see if they can get their third on the board. Terry Kingston at X. Gets a stick to the face. A flag is thrown. Very physical defense. Now it's Ryan Grooms. Up to Tucker Champagne, who had the shot that was just wide right in the last possession. He trips. Gets back up and keeps the ball. Remember, the flag is still on the field. So I believe what will happen is they'll get another possession after this. James Pretty with a good defensive play. But it'll still be Ludlowe possession.
That was great stick work there from James Pretty. He was able to pickpocket that Falcon attackman once again. But if there wasn't that foul, it would have been a great Wreckers possession.
Changing my positioning a little bit here in the press box.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't really hear it.
That's why I mentioned it, Charlie. Champagne has a shot. Nothing there. Excuse me, I actually believe that was E.J. Johnson, 28 and 20. Got those mixed up. 7 minutes ago. 15-2. Now Colin Ryan. Over to Walsh. Back to Walsh. Walsh looks for the deep shot, doesn't take it. I'm sure the Falcons want to get a shot off here. Despite their deficit, Colin Ryan. Come on, guys, take a shot.
Wreckers are just playing great defense right now, not even allowing them to take even one shot.
Their man down is over, and the Falcons did not capitalize. Harry Kingston with a little backhand shot. No good.
Josh Marcus saw that one from a mile away. Happened to him once, not going to let it happen to him again.
Ryan Grooms to cut the lead to 12.
That's crazy.
Doesn't take the shot. E.J. Johnson now, guarded by Sandrew. 6 minutes, and I believe the Falcons might even just be wasting time to get this over with. A very big check from Weil. Still ends up with Brendan Walsh, who's going to give it to Colin Ryan.
It's just an unfortunate way to go out in the FCIAC playoffs for Ludlowe. Just getting smacked.
Still got the state tournament coming up for them, so we'll see how they do in that side of the postseason. But not so successful in the first part. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go now. A long pass over to Ryan Grooms. Tries to get inside, right around the crease. Loose ball ends up with Josh Marcus. So way to stay composed on that long possession from the Wreckers.
Falcons didn't even get a shot off. Actually, they got one shot off with that little backhanded, but did not go.
McGeehan gives it to Weil. Back to McGeehan. Now Benton at X. Now Hunter Pillai.
Justin DiDonato, the senior, is getting his minutes in this game.
Hunter Pillai, the sun is peeking through, and the shade over the field has just gone away. Not much stuff to mention right now, so that's one of the things I choose to mention. A physical loose ball on the far side of the field. It'll end up with Staples. A minute and a half drained.
DiDonato's going to drain some time off this clock.
Frankel over to Pillai. Now Weil, lefty shot. Bounce shot is off the crossbar and no good. A loose ball finds Pillai and the flag is thrown.
The Rikers bench. Selly's even after that.
Fleming.
Tristan Benton, another brother, is now in.
Benton inside. Might have an opportunity. He does. Is that one in, Charlie? It is.
Wow. Tristan Benton.
I couldn't quite see because the keeper, it looked like he saved it, but Tristan Benton gets his first of the game.
Tristan Benton with just a crucial goal in these later minutes, increasing the lead to 14.
It really is. I mean, if they didn't have that, they might have not have won this game.
That's just a great goal. I think that's the doer. That just locked out the W.
That could be right. 3 minutes now. The clock is running. 16-2. Your score from Paul Lane Field. Jake Davis just got in recently for Staples. At Fogo. Face-off violation from the Falcons, and now it is Staples' ball once again. Connor Petrosino to Fleming. To Tristan Benton. Justin Halkey now. Over to Petrosino. Petrosino almost had one earlier, but there was a crease violation. So we'll see if maybe he can get one now. DiDonato loses it inside. Falcon is on the ground in a little bit of anger from both teams. A little bit pushy with 1 minute and 45 seconds left to go.
That foul call might even end this game. With this running clock, like Thomas said.
That is true. So we couldn't get a close game today, but regardless, Staples is going to move on to the semifinal and play Richfield. I am shocked that Richfield versus Wilton went into triple overtime and they won 7-6. That place was probably electric when they won.
What were the seedings of that game, Thomas? Do you know?
Richfield was 3 and Wilton was 6.
Wow.
Calling Ryan now. I think they run a little bit of a hidden ball trick. It faked me out. Wow.
Didn't fake me out. Hey.
I didn't even notice it, but we got a goalie change. It's Nate Hammond into the game. 30 seconds left. He's just going to sit behind the net. He's not getting any pressure. He now takes it out.
Score! Go! Go!
Charlie, I got a feeling.
Go!
Is he going to... Oh, Staples calls a timeout.
Boo.
But if Nate Hammond scored there, I would have gone crazy in the press box.
That would have been electric. I mean, a goal like that in this close of a game, you'd never see that. You'd never guess that. But to be honest, Tom, I don't see the purpose of a timeout with 24 seconds left when you're up 14.
I think Kashansky,
He probably didn't want him to shoot.
I think he wants to get somebody new to score. So back underway with the running clock. Will Fleming. 20 seconds to go. We'll see if Staples tries to get another one. Connor Petrosino at X. Finds DiDonato. There are zeros across the clock, and the Staples bench runs to Nate Hammond, the new sub-in goalie. And the Staples Wreckers are headed to the FCIAC semifinal after a 16-2 win over the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. That is just domination. I mean, that's great momentum going into the game versus Richfield. But I'm really excited to watching that, Charlie.
100% Thomas, and I'm more excited to call that game. But like you said, the Wreckers have booked their trip to Wilton and will face off against Tiger Hollow and Ridgefield May 27th.
That is going to be a very fun one.
Thomas?
I believe it is either at 4:30 p.m. or it is at 7 p.m., but we will see. Zeros across the clock in a domination win from the Staples Wreckers. I have been Thomas Scott, joined here alongside Charlie Curran. Thank you all for listening, and have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.